Hi everyone, good to see you again, of sorts, for this thought for Thursday. I just want you to picture with me for a moment that you've lit a match and you're holding it out in front of you and you blow out the flame. What happens? Well, aside from the flame going out, you see those little vapors of smoke just kind of disappearing. There 1 minute, gone the next. And if you try and grab hold of it, it's just, well, you can't, can you? We've just finished our series looking at a book in the Bible called Ecclesiastes, which is, if you haven't read, I'd urge you to have a read through it, because it's a very honest outlook on life. And there are several sort of refrains that keep coming up in the book, phrases that are repeated over and over again. One of them is this. The preacher, the one who's teaching, says this: "Meaningless, meaningless," says the teacher. "Everything is meaningless." And that word meaningless, in the original language that it's written in, means vapor, like a smoke, like that flame that I just got you to picture blowing out. Life is like that. We struggle to control it. You know, if you cast your minds back to mid to late March, when Boris Johnson announced that we'd be entering a period of lockdown, I don't know about you, but I suppose in my head thought it wouldn't last this long. Wouldn't have thought it would be this odd and this weird. And I think part of the reason it's been hard is because we genuinely don't know what's going to happen. There are so many things that are uncertain. We don't know when and how life is going to return to how it was before coronavirus hit our shores. And I think a big part of why that's hard is because we lack control. If you think about it, most things in your life during the intense period of lockdown were taken out of your control. You're told you can't do certain things. Your life was limited. And that's hard, isn't it? It's hard when we can't control things. You know, Joe and I are weighing up at the moment our trip to America that we plan to go see Joe's family. And what's really hard about weighing everything up is that there are so many uncertain things, so many things that are completely out of my control. Well, the preacher in Ecclesiastes says that life is like that. It is elusive. It is like a vapor. We try and grab it and control it, but we can't. And actually, an important way to begin to live life is to acknowledge this is what God is saying life is like in a broken world. And so, living a wise life begins to acknowledge that life is out of our control in lots of regards. Well, I wonder, are there areas of your life particularly that you're no longer able to control in a way that you once might have been able to? But the amazing truth as well that's contained in this book of Ecclesiastes is that whilst we are not in control, the Lord God is in control of all things. The writer and preacher in chapter 3 says these words: "God has made everything beautiful in its time. He's also set eternity in the human heart, yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end." God is in control from the beginning to the end. There will be times in life where we cannot fathom what's going on, and this is one of them. But rest in that truth that God is in control when things may seem way out of control. Well, we're going to do things slightly differently for our Thought for Thursday from now on. What I thought we'd do is each week I'd try and tackle your questions. Not just about general knowledge or anything like that, but questions of faith, of purpose, of meaning, common objections to Christianity, struggles we might be having, whatever it may be. I'd love to hear from you and have your questions, and I'll look at them and try and answer them each week. So if you do have a question, whatever it may be, about God, about this situation, about something in your life, about a problem you have with Christianity, whatever it may be, do just send me an email, steve@houghtonchurch.co.uk, or you could probably post at the bottom of this link on YouTube your question, and I can get it that way, and we'll try and tackle them each week. So do that, but in the meantime, I hope you're hanging in there, and I look forward to seeing you in some way, shape or form in the near future. God bless.